Thank you so much for joining us tonight for Foundations. We put together this group so that we could get you guys all back to the basics and maybe close some of those gaps that if you joined this last fall, and if you joined under me, you know that I was not the world's best trainer because I was busy with our holiday season. So we created this group to make sure that you guys were getting the foundations that you needed. Last week, Emily talked about goal setting and creating systems to make your business work more smoothly. And this week I'm going to talk about PRV, but the PRV that I'm going to talk about has nothing to do with social media. So I am going to steer clear of social media. Obviously, a lot of these aspects will be enhanced with social media, but Rachel Pence is going to be on next week. It's her week next week, and she's going to be doing all the social media things, including VIP pages, branding, building relationships with people through social media. And so some of it you'll probably be thinking, well, you could do that on Facebook, but my goal is just to have it be all PRV building without social media. So I've got a list of 10, but before I dive into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Erin Shiflett, and I live in South Bend, Indiana. I'm originally from Utah, but I relocated to Indiana about 20 years ago. And again, forgive me for the horrible lighting in here. I'm in the middle of a remodel, and so I'm stuck in my bedroom. We don't have a headboard. We don't have anything. It's been a crazy few weeks, so I'm sure you guys can all relate. So I joined Scentsy 13 years ago, and up until 6 months ago, I didn't even have a VIP page. So my business was completely offline. I never did a Facebook party. I would set up Facebook events, but I didn't do anything, no online marketing, I would post on my personal page, but I really was not doing anything intentional with social media. And the reason that I bring that up is that I have been a superstar director. I promoted super fast, and I've been paid at title the entire time, which the only reason I'm sharing this is because you can build a business without social media. And I'm going to teach you how. Also, I have been one of the top 100 trip earners every time, again, with no social media. So trust me when I'm telling you these tricks, they work. And it's something that I feel after COVID, we need to get back to the basics of some of these methods. So I made a top 10 list, and my plan is to dive into those, highlight some of those, the top 10 today. And then throughout the week, I have guest speakers lined up to go live. I have documents and more information about each of these topics to share throughout the week. So if it feels like I'm going over them rather quickly, don't worry, we're going to get more information throughout the week, but it is Monday night and I know your time is valuable. So number 1, email and text. So the first number 1 thing of my top 10 ways to perfect your PRV is to use email and text. So many people are relying on social media these days that they forget that we can email our customers and we can text our customers without using social media. I feel like my consultant base is getting a little lazy with social media, that if we have an LTO, they just post it on their VIP page, when if we work a little bit more diligently with our email and texting, we can increase our PRV. So I want you guys, if you guys are newer consultants, we have an app called AMI, A-M-I. It used to be called Maven, and that it is connected to our workstation. And so you will always be able to, it will remind you to do follow-ups using that app. There is a fee for it, but that is a great way to stay connected with your customers by texting. And then you can also email direct from your workstation by using the customer tabs, and there's different reports that you can use, and I can show you some of those over this week on how you can email your customers. You can also use different services like MailChimp, or there's a whole slew of products that you can purchase to make your emailing and text messaging more efficient. However, all the what I always do is I just export my customer base, or like I'll pick a category, like maybe my online customers for the months of March to June, and I'll just export them to Excel, and then I'll copy and paste their emails into my good old Hotmail account and email them with just a plain black and white text with maybe a link to an image or something like that. And it always including my website or my party link. I get orders that way. So don't underestimate the value of email and text, old-fashioned email and texting, because there are a lot of people who are not on social media, and we don't want them to fall through the cracks. And as you guys have noticed, social media, especially Facebook, a lot of people are leaving that platform and trying other platforms. And I really feel like it's important that we get away from only using one social media platform, if not all social media platforms. I will always work through Facebook. I love Facebook. Don't misunderstand, but I do think that there's a lot of, we're leaving money on the table by not using our email. We'll also be showing you guys some different email examples this week, so you can see what we say to our customer base. Right now, I think that I know that I have a lot of customers that bought in August or July, and I haven't followed back up with them because I got so busy. And so now it's that awkward phase where I'm like, crap, I haven't texted them. I should have followed up with them, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. But I love our new catalog season because it's a great opportunity to say, hey, would you like to see the spring catalog? And it doesn't have to be like, oh, hey, do you like your product? Or something like that. It's just, hey, do you want to see the new catalog? And we can text them a copy of the link or a copy of the, hey, Emily, will you mute everyone? I'm getting like a ton of background noise again. Perfect, thank you. So then that's an easy way to reach out to your customers about the new catalog. Okay, so number 2 is upselling. It seems obvious, but when somebody places an order through you, do you offer them an upsell? Do you say, hey, if they order 3 bars, do you say, hey, did you know you can get 6 for $30? Or if they order 6 coconut lemongrass bars, do you offer them coconut lemongrass in a washer or a counter clean? Or do you offer to upsell with bulbs every order? So these are some things that I want you guys to think about, that get in the habit of upselling. And again, this is another topic that we're going to present a lot more information throughout the week on. Have you guys seen the stickers that a lot of consultants have? And this is on one of my to-do list for 2021. So let's say that a customer orders Johnny Appleseed. A lot of consultants are like sticking on it like, hey, this also comes in counter clean. So let your customers know, for whatever sense that they purchase, what other products are available in that. And that's a great way to upsell. Number 3 is old consultants. Old consultants are the best people to reach out about for PRV. And actually not just about an order. Oh my gosh, can you guys hear my dog? Here, Nala girl. I have a puppy and she thinks that she needs to like start whining right now. So old consultants, retired consultants that aren't active anymore. Sorry, I'm being kind of weird because my dog's, I've got a brand new puppy and she's so addicted to my husband and he locked her in the room with me because he's putting the kids to bed, and she's just whining up a storm. So when I start to look up for if I need to book a party or increase my PRV, I always think about who are the consultants that I have had that have dropped off, because they have a whole slew of people that used to buy from them. And maybe they don't want to be a consultant, but they'll do a party for you. So it's really important, especially if you have a team, that you are keeping track of all the consultants that leave at the end of the month, that you write down, okay, Emily's leaving, Beth is leaving, Mary is leaving. All right, you're going to hit them up in a couple months, or especially when a new catalog comes, and ask them to if they want to host, a spring and summer basket party. So make sure you're keeping track of those, of the consultants that are leaving, or consultants that used to be people that used to be consultants, and ask them if they want to do a spring and summer basket party, online party, whatever. Number 4, cash and carry bags. I am not sure. I have done these forever, but you guys know the saying, don't ask, don't tell. Or no, that's not the saying. The saying is, I don't ask for permission, I beg for forgiveness. That saying. Okay. So I have done this for a really long time, but I wasn't sure if it was in compliance. And so I was kind of nervous to ever share about it. But something that I do, especially during the holidays, is a cash and carry bag. So now, granted, I have a lot more stock, and I realize that this won't work for newer consultants for a little bit. But as a consultant, by using your half price items and your free stuff and combining orders and all those things, you should eventually get a little bit of stock built up. Well, you can actually, I give my party hosts, I do cash and carry parties. So I give a host 100 bars and 25 bulbs, maybe some room sprays, just like a little collection of stuff that I put into a giant, the IKEA purple bags, the Scentsy IKEA bags, or maybe like 1 or 2 big 31 totes, and I put a big load of stock, and they take it to work and they sell it. And then I replace that stock that I sold with more stock. So I constantly have about a $500 order going in with my cash and carry parties. And the reason that my cash and carry parties are so popular is that people don't have to collect orders. They just have to get their cash. Most of the people just Venmo me. And as long as you're not advertising it on social media, and it's not like a retail thing where they're set up a store, then it's within compliance. So I constantly just have a cash and carry on rotation. This works great for hospitals or schools, because as much as they like to collect the orders, it's so much easier for them just to do a cash and carry. So that's number 4. And I lumped in basket parties with my cash and carry bags because I usually do give them a set of testers. Now, when I do my basket parties, I don't do a complete set of testers. I usually take a full set of testers and divide it into 3. So maybe there'll be like 4 bakery scents, 4 masculine scents. And then that way I can get a bigger bang for my buck on my basket parties. Nobody needs 80 scents to smell. That's just overkill. Oh, okay. I'm seeing questions from Haley. So who gets the money? Does the host give you all the money and then you give her the free half off? Yes, Haley, on the cash and carry parties, that's exactly what I do. So I treat it just like a party. I replace the stock and then give the hostess the free and half price items. So it's just kind of like putting the cart before the horse, if you will. I'm just constantly rotating through. And if somebody likes bakery, they're going to take the sugar cookie bar. They don't care what the bakery, if somebody likes bakery, I just make sure that the cash and carry party has a good mixture of everything. And then I replace that stock when I place my order to give the hostess her half price items. Number 2 was upselling. And I'm going to list these also. And then you'll be seeing lots of different information throughout the week on those items, on the numbers. Okay, so basket parties. This is a great time to work your basket parties. It seems kind of contradictory, but I'm still doing basket parties and they're very successful. I just threw in a package of Clorox wet wipes and I haven't had a slowdown on my basket parties at all. As a matter of fact, they're doing great. And I think it's because people are bored out of their ever loving minds. So number 5, and I'm going to share a lot of documents about basket parties this week. Number 5, customer mailouts. So this is not my top category. It's again one of my goals for 2021. Nala, take that. You guys, this dog of mine is a horse. It's a South African Mastiff, and she's huge. but she's still a baby, so she bites everything, and she's biting my feet. Okay, customer mail outs. We're going to show you a lot. Rachel was supposed to talk on this part, and I've got a couple extra little guest speakers coming up from 5 through 10. So if I asked you to hop on, get ready. Customer mail outs. So this would be an example of like a postcard, a catalog, the warmer of the month flyer, maybe tucking in samples, a customer newsletter where you tell them what's coming for the next month, the warmer of the month, 10% off, that kind of thing. The reason that I'm not very good at these is because by the time I think of, oh, I should have done a customer mail out, then that opportunity to get it in the mail is gone. So this is where you have to be a little bit more proactive and organized, and think about and create your own marketing opportunities. So LTOs don't work great for a customer mail out because usually by the time the LTO is announced, it's sold out before you could put it in mail. An LTO works better in texting and email. But customer mail outs, this is where you can offer your own specials. This is where you can create bundles for Valentine's Day, or get creative with your own marketing that you can put in a newsletter, and you can offer a special because it's a paper product that isn't being advertised on social media. So, and maybe you don't do a customer mail out to your entire customer base. Maybe you only pick 10 or 15, and those people are the people that you're going to offer, an additional discount or a special bundle. And you're within compliance because, again, it's not on social media. So this week, we're really going to share some different ideas on customer mail outs, and something about getting a piece of paper, a postcard, a flyer, whatever. It doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to be Christina Steinbuch or Rachel Pence and have an amazing graphics skill. I have literally negative graphics ability. So, but my handwriting and a cute little Post-it note and a monthly flyer, it works. It gets the job done. And my motto in Scentsy is done, not perfect. It's more important to get it done than to have it look perfect. And if you get nothing else from this call, I hope it's that. Done, not perfect. Number 6. Wait, is that what I'm on? Number 6. Yes. Number 7 is mystery bag. So Kelly, you should be on here, so get ready. Number 6, open houses. Okay, you should be thinking, crap, how am I going to do an open house in January? Well, it's going to be a little bit more tricky if you live up north. Yes, Deanna or Deanne. Personalization helps totally. Okay. I'm trying to look at these letters or these notes. Do you have a form that you provide to your host saying that this is what I gave you, etc., for theft, or is that just given on good faith? So Brittany, I've honestly had very few problems in my 13 years with my basket parties. One, they're not that expensive. A full basket party tester set is what, like 25 bucks? I should know, but I don't know. And so I literally only have to sell $100 to make my money back off of that basket tester set. And then I divide it up, into thirds or fourths, depending on, so that's such a low cost. Some people I've heard in the past have asked for, a credit card or to sign a contract, but most of the time I never have problems with my basket parties. I can only think of like 2 or 3 that I've not gotten back or they've melted. And I realize that newer consultants, every penny counts, and I'm a huge advocate for being wise with your money. But I think that it sets kind of a negative tone if you're asking them for, protection, for lack of a better word. Thank you, Brittany, for explaining. No, you know what? I write down, okay, I'm giving you 100 bars, 20 bulbs, I give her an inventory sheet. But normally these are people that I've been doing business for a really long time. I'm sorry, I totally missed that, Brittany. No, these are people that I have done, business with for a really long time. I've never had any losses. I've had a couple that like a bar was short, but I don't stress out about that. That could have been a miscount on my end. So, but I do encourage them, hey, here's your bar, here's your bag. You smell first so that you can get them, and count them while you smell so that I know that our numbers jive. But no, I've never had any problems. Okay, open houses. You're probably, like I said, thinking, okay, how could I do an open house in January? I live up north. It's going to be cold. Well, you probably won't, but I did an open house in the winter in my garage, and we just heated it and it worked great. And I want to encourage you guys so much to plan an open house. Even if you don't have any inventory, get your testers out, get it outside. You can do it in the garage, you can do it on your porch. And if you need to postpone until March or April, that works too. But there is something about having an open house, and even if only 2 people come. My first open house, I had 2 people come. I didn't know them. I had spent a ton of time putting invitations here, there, everywhere. This was before I had Facebook. I drove around, put a ton of invitations in mailboxes, and I had 2 people come. But those 2 people both became great customers, and one joined. She's no longer a consultant. And then each time I had one, every 3 or 4 months, my guest list just kept getting bigger, and the people coming kept coming. Like, they'd bring a friend, and then I'd increase my customer base. I did one in October, at the end of October, and it was my biggest one ever, even with COVID. And I was very careful with it. We had it outside. I had hot cider and hot chocolate. I sold cash and carry. I took orders. We wore masks. People did smell, but I just offered wipes and tried to keep things clean. But nobody seemed to care. I wouldn't have gone to I'm very concerned about COVID, but people shopped. And I'll give you my checklist of things that I do for my open houses. But I advertise obviously on social media, but I also send out emails and text messages, and you'll eventually get a group of customers that only come to your open house, but they always spend a ton of money. And if you keep it simple with your food and keeping the food simple, so that if nobody comes, you can just feed that food to your family for the next day or 2. And just know that they can easily they're often a flop at first. So if you have low expectations, you'll be very happy. They take time and consistency, and then you kind of learn how to make them as successful as possible. But I have somebody going live on this week, and she does a great job with her open houses, and she'll give you lots of other little hints. So be looking forward to that live. Number 7 is mystery bags. So Kelly, if you could unmute yourself. Kelly is one of my directors, and she does a great job with her mystery bags. And I thought by this time of night, you guys would be ready to hear from someone else, because I'm rambling. So Kelly, are you unmuted?
Yep. Hi. I'm Kelly Kowalski. I'm in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And like Erin said, I'm the director of Mighty Scented Warriors. I have been with Scentsy it'll be 2 years next month. I'm a brand new director, so I feel very privileged to be talking to everybody right now. So I'm going to talk about, some people call them mystery bags, some people call them scent crates, some people I call mine surprise bags. It started out Scentsy surprise bags, and I kind of dropped the Scentsy. Every month I offer a surprise bag of goodies. Their price point at $30. They're usually worth about $32, $33, right around that. So they're getting more bang for their buck. And when I mean a surprise bag, it's basically like a whip box, only in my opinion, I do more for it. I theme them most months. So like this month in December, it was baked with love. So all of the scents that came in my surprise bag was bakery. So they got a bar, a bakery, and I don't ever theme it with like the same scent. It's just like bakery or whatever. They got a fragrance flower, a scent pack. I don't even remember now, honestly. And then I had my cousin who owns her own little bakery. I had them make a 4-pack of cookies. So everybody got that all jumbled in there. And the reason I think Erin had me talk about this as being a non-social media thing is because my biggest push with this isn't on social media. I reach out to my customers who only buy just wax. Like all they buy is wax. They very, very rarely buy like another warmer. This gets different products in their hands. So they would never ever try a Scentsy soak. I'm like, hey, why don't you try my Scentsy surprise bag this month? And then I make sure that I put a soak in it. I almost never make it all wax and things that people are used to Scentsy having. So I text those people. It doesn't happen on Facebook. It doesn't happen through Messenger. I text them and personally reach out to them. And I think that helps a lot that I like personally thought about. Like last month, I have a girl who's obsessed with bakery scents. She's never bought a surprise bag before, but I reached out and I was like, hey girl, my surprise bags this month are completely bakery. I know you're obsessed with blueberry cheesecake. How about you get a surprise bag? She never ever thought to try a scent pack in her drawer. And she's like, oh my gosh, I need them for all my drawers now. So that's gonna end up boosting your PRV even more. When I started my Scentsy surprise bags, they were very much on Facebook. I posted them on my VIP group and then on just like my regular page. But then it got to the point that these people every month buy a Scentsy surprise bag. So I text them whenever I launch it and I'm like, hey, you want me to add you again to this month? And absolutely. So every month I've seen growth in my Scentsy surprise bags. Last month I was at, I think I did 20. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff.
So Kelly, do you also ever do like mystery bags? Because like where it's not really a theme, but more like you have random stock kicking around. So talk about mystery bags too.
I do mystery bags a lot, especially towards the end of a season, because I don't want a bunch of fall and winter stuff sitting around my house. I don't have room for it. We're moving this summer. I don't have time for it. So I offer like at the end of December, I did I called them resolution bags. And the price point was 16 or 26, no, 13 or 26. And I just literally grabbed random things that I had all over. I like one bag had like a mini fan diffuser that I had, and then another one had just a bunch of random stuff, little stuff that you just have laying around, extra room sprays, extra bars, things like that. And people love those small price point. I did, however, do those as porch pickup only. Porch pickup or delivery. Those I didn't deliver at all. That wasn't worth my time to deliver those. And I believe with those, I sold 92 altogether of those. So
90, like 92?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I did it for like a last minute push. Like I was like, oh, I need to get like 200 more PRV. And I had to run like 4 rounds. So
that's awesome. So did you end up having to buy more product?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because I ran out of anything that would make the bag worth it. I mean, like I was starting to like add a couple samples to this bag and then like this. And I'm like, okay, now I'm running like out of product. So I actually just got it delivered yesterday. So now I'm going to finish up the bags and make them look cute. I think I'm going to add like a little, like these little blow things, just because they were resolution bags. So New Year type thing.
Cute. That's perfect. Well, thank you so much. And then again, I feel like a broken record. We're going to have some other people talking about their scent crates this week in mystery bags. So stay with us. Oh, what was the value in the mystery bags roughly, Kelly?
The ones that I just did, the $13 ones were about 15. And then the $23 ones were about 20, 25-ish. I mean, give or take, everything had a little bit something different in it. So some of them were like $1 more or $1 less, but they were all more than what they were paying. So every month a surprise bag. And then yeah, I monthly surprise bags. I found that if I take a month off, when I first started, I started surprise bags my second month that I was with Scentsy. So I found that if I took a break in between, they didn't sell the next month. So even if I only have 3 people buy 1 month, I just keep it going because it's that consistency. They know that they are going to see me offer that every single month. So.
And I actually thought that Kelly was going to talk mostly about mystery. Like I thought that Kelly was going to talk about the mystery bags, and then we were going to scent crates kind of be its own category, but that worked out perfect. So when she's talking surprise bag, for those of you who might have heard it called differently, I usually hear it called a scent crate, and then Scentsy, for those who aren't very creative like me, they came out with the whiff boxes because consultants a few years ago started doing their own scent crates or their surprise bags, and some consultants didn't have the time or energy to create that. So Scentsy implemented their own, and that's how we have the whiff box. So if you guys don't have the time or the energy or the creativity, you can always just promote our own whiff box. And you could even, my dog just fell off the bed, that's fabulous. You could even take the whiff box that Scentsy has, sell it for the $30 price point, wrap it up in Valentine paper and throw some extra chocolates in there and call it good. Like, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every month. Or if like Kelly had a really crazy month, she could say, well, I don't have time to do my own whiff boxes. I'll just use the ones that Scentsy has and make them my own. So don't let lack of creativity or time stop you from offering a subscription type box. Are they in paper bags or solid color bag? I think you could do anything. I've done my version of a scent crate in bags, and you can change it up every month. She's saying, Katie, do you sporadically? Katie, we're going to have a ton more information on the scent crates over the next week, so I'll make sure I tag you in those. And I think, Katie, you would do great at these because you have a lot of creative energy. So, okay, the next thing that we're going to talk about is customer bags. And this is a great way to get PRV because you have a captive audience. In my customer bags, they look super cute. I put a ton of information about recruiting, and I also put in a ton of marketing flyers and things like that. And this is when you want to write a handwritten note as well and say, thank you for your order. I know that you love the wax, but have you considered trying this? So use your customer bags. You have a captive audience every time they get their order. Make sure that you're using your customer bags to serve your purpose. And then the next thing that we have is Battle of the Hostess. Now I have an awesome consultant on, Courtney. Can you unmute yourself?
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
So Courtney is a rock star, and she is going to tell us about her Battle of the Host concept and how it has been. I mean, you guys, her PRV is out of this world. So listen to what she has to say. Okay, Courtney, your makeup looks perfect, by the way. All right.
Okay. So I joined, I'm Courtney Sanchez. I'm from Batesville, Arkansas. I joined Scentsy October 3rd of last year. And whenever I already have a home-based small business, I make cups. I have a tumbler business. So, and that actually started sometime in last year too. It took over and I was able to quit my job and start doing it full time. So whenever I started Scentsy, a lot of my customers carried over into it. So when the first time I ever posted, who wants to have a party with me, the whole spiel, I had a lot of people hitting me up for parties, like more than I expected. So I was trying to kill myself, especially in the second month, because the first month I had received one of those postcards. If you're on Aaron's 15, you get a postcard if you're in top 20, and I was number 2. And the first, Megan, my sponsor, she knows how competitive I am. And I was like, I want to be number 1. Like, I'm way too competitive. My child hates playing board games with me. So the second month, I was like, I'm hosting as many parties as I can. But I was having 6, 7 parties sometime in a week on Facebook, and Visly is not for me. I like every one of my parties to be very different, each post different every time I do it, because I have a lot of the same people right now in those parties or each week. So I don't want them seeing the same thing. So I was spending hours at night in bed making these posts, like constantly scheduling my posts on Facebook. And I was like, I have to figure out another system. So I thought of Battle of the Hostesses. I tested out the first week and it was huge. That was the first month I started this was actually my biggest month. I had over 8,000 PRV in that month. And I was like, okay, this is working. So now, like right now, this week, I have 4 hostesses. Now, how it works is whenever I have people who are scheduled in a week, instead of blocking off each one of my weeks and saying, okay, I can have 1 hostess this week, 1 hostess this week, I don't limit it. I say, you know, I act like I have limited spots. So I'll post in my VIP and be like, I have limited spots left. Who wants, you know, to book a party? And that kind of gets them eager to join it. And then whoever says they want to book a party for that week, I put them all in one Facebook group. So I message each one of my hostesses either privately, normally it's in a group chat, and I'm like super excited. I either record myself and send them the video, or I message them and I'm like, hey y'all, I'm super excited. Y'all, or you 4 are my hostesses that are gonna be battling out in Battle of the Hostess this week. And I explained to them, each one of you will have your own personal shopping link that your friends will be able to buy from. But whoever sells the most products will win an extra prize from me. Now, I never tell them what it is. And if they ask, because I had one, my sister was one of the hostesses, y'all, and she bugged me so bad wanting to know what it was. And I'm like, I'm not telling. Because I based it off of how much the party sells. Now, like the one my sister was in that I'm about to show y'all examples of, each one of my hostesses, both of them sold over $1,000. So it was in that 1 week, just from that party, it's not including my VIP or my, you know, stock or anything. It was strictly just this party was $2,000 in that week. And so it's like a competitive thing. It's a friendly competitive thing that they love. So first off, how I set it up is each one of mine look the same. It just has a picture. If y'all can see this, I don't know. So I have a picture of my sister here and it says Morgan and Randy. So this is Morgan versus Randy, Battle of the Hostess Scent Social. And then I invite both of them. I tell them, okay, you guys, now y'all can invite y'all's friends, blah, 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 the same thing as a normal party. I always make sure to let them know that the only way a party gets results is if the hostess is involved as well. So I give them a checklist, you know, comment on all the posts, like the post, post your own pictures if you have products. If you don't have products, go and take screenshots and say, oh my gosh, have y'all seen this warmer? This is on my wish list. What, you know, does anyone else have anything on their wish list? Something that their friends can interact with them, not just me. And then the main question I get with other consultants who are messaging me is like, well, how do they know whose link to order from? So on every single post, and at the beginning of the party, I make a video for all their friends. And I'm like, welcome to the party. These 2 ladies are battling it out this week to see who can have the biggest party sales. On every single post, I will post each hostess's link so you will know who you're shopping from. So I literally copy and paste this with every single post. So like this is a post when Spin was out. So it has my son here because I always try and personalize each post. So there's a picture of my son holding Spin. And then there's the standard images that you get off Workstation or Pinterest. And then I put whatever I wanted to type, and then I typed Morgan's shopping link and I pasted it. And then I put Randy's shopping link and I pasted it. So this week I have 4 of those for each one of my hostess. And I haven't had any issues. I was really worried, like, oh my gosh, what if someone accidentally orders from the wrong link and I'm having to call customer service? And we all know that you're on hold with customer service for like an hour and a half, if you're lucky. But I haven't had any issues with it at all. And I've even had some, like my sister, she was actually far behind Randy in the beginning. And one of Randy's friends came out and was like, I want to help Morgan so she's not discouraged. Can I order from her link too? And I was like, sure. So she ordered from both of them. But what happened was my sister was waiting. All her people worked at the hospital and they all were getting paid Friday. And by the weekend, my sister went from like 200 in sales to over like 1,000 in sales. So she won it. And because it was $1,000 for both of them, I gave a full-size warmer that I had in stock. I don't let them pick it. I just say, I'm going to mail you your gift. You already got a full-size warmer. I haven't had any of these sell less than 2,000. Even if I have three, I mean, every one of them's had 2,000 at least totaled up. But if I do ever have something that's just a bust, then you can always just give a sample pack. They don't care. You can go to the dollar store and get, like, it's winter. Get them a cute pair of socks, fuzzy socks and gloves. They don't care what it is. They just like free stuff. You can give them scent circles you have in stock, anything. But because it was so big and it was such a success, I gave them something pretty big. Every single night during the party, I make sure to post once sales start coming in. I make sure to post so their friends know who's winning in case they want to, like, there's the competitiveness. If they want their friend to win, or if the hostess is like, come on guys, help me out, da da da. I make a post like this and it says, like, Morgan is $35 away from her first party reward goal. Randy is $67 away from her third party reward goal. And then it's really cute because, like, Randy and my sister got on and were like throwing gifts back and forth at each other, like boxing gloves and stuff. Like, it was so, these are the funnest parties I've ever had, because every single one of them, I've had like 6 of them now, I think, and every single one of them has been so much fun. And then their friends see how fun they are, and I've been branching out my customer base because they're like, okay, I want to have, like, I even had someone reach out to me and say, can I have a party with you? And I said, sure. She's like, but can it be one of the battle ones? I want to be in one of those. And I was like, okay, even though that's all I do now. But it's made it so much easier time-wise for me, because I only have to schedule post in that one group, but it's going for 4 different people's friends or for 2 different people's friends, you know, instead of having separate parties. So now I'm no longer having to limit how many parties I have a week on social media. You can have as many hostesses as you want in it, as long as you're posting each one of their links throughout it. But that's about it. That's
so I know that this wasn't supposed to be about social media, and I know that but I had to have her share her idea because it was so unique and original, and I just think it's a new way, and we can totally tweak that to not, so that it's not a social media driven party. You could do that lots of different ways. So, but I think it's such a great.
Actually, the reason I got the idea was because in the very beginning, my first week after I got my starter kit, I had a Battle of the Hostess bag party. So I sent out 4 different women's bags and it was really successful. But then COVID started getting worse in our area, and I noticed my bag parties were started like slumping. So then I just went back to normal social media. But I mean, so it was very successful when I did the bag parties. And the way I did that was I gave each one of them a bag and I had them all in a group chat. And I would challenge them each day. I'd message them. I'd have a challenge each day. And whoever won it, I would say, I have 4 of you a bag sitting here. And every day, whoever wins, I'm sticking something in one of your bags. And you can pick it up at the end of the party when we trade out. You bring me the bag back and I give you your bag of free goodies. And like one day I was like, okay, each one of y'all who can sell 10 scent circles today, get a free gift, or 10 car bars, or whoever sells the most car bars today gets a free gift. So text all your friends, let them know that they only cost this much. Here's a graphic of all the scents. Forward this to all your friends, and whoever gets the most orders on it, even if they're cash and carry, get something in their bag. It was still that competitiveness within a group chat or a group text, but it was just with the bags. So
I think I can think of multiple people that, even without the social media side, that would be excited about doing a Battle of the Hostess in that format. Like, you know, customers that I've had for a long time that know each other but have different groups of friends. Like, I could totally see them eating that up. That's awesome. I know that I see a bunch of comments about, I thought if you posted your party link too much, Facebook would ban you. And this actually might be a great solution for you, Courtney, is I started using Linktree. I don't know if you've heard of it, but once you have a Linktree, you can just post that Linktree, and then they click on that, and then it'll say Morgan's party, Bella's party, Rodney's party, whatever. And they're all right there in one link, and it doesn't get blocked by social media or by the Facebook police. So if you ever get to that point where they start blocking you, remind me and I'll teach you how to do the Linktree because it's super easy.
That'd be awesome. For the questions, I always have a week-long party. So I normally open my party on Sunday, like Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. And I just post my welcome post and the details on the thing. And then I post like the special. So I post the scent warmer of the month. I post the bundle and save options or any LTOs that we have. And then Mondays, whenever I start, like I post warmers and waxes Monday, Tuesday's cleaning day, Wednesday or laundry and clean Wednesday is our on the go. Thursday is our kid line, like Friday's bath and body. Saturday, I just randomly post a few other things. And each day I throw in a couple little warmers in there, but I have a set day for everything. And then I have a video, like I upload my videos to YouTube. That way I can just copy and paste it if I'm busy. At the end of the day, I just run through my tips and tricks on live. If I can't go live, I post the video about our laundry and clean or the on the go or whatever that theme is that day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Courtney. And now we know why. I wonder what postcard you're going to get this month.
I'm so competitive, and I was so discouraged last month because my sales were not as great because I'm supposed to have knee surgery and it was awful. And I was like griping to Megan about it. And then I got your card in today. I was like, I was number 7. That's not too bad. My husband's
it's been fun watching you. I understand. Yes, Deanna, I said Linktree. So thank you so much, Courtney. Linktree is awesome. I'll share it. I'll make myself a little note to share that in the group too. Share Linktree. My list of things to share tomorrow is long. Okay, last one. And I'm not going to dive into this. So number 10 is Scentsy Club. You guys, at first I was like, I don't have time for Scentsy Club. I'm not promoting that. That's not worth it. I didn't say it's not worth it. It seemed like a lot of work. Now it's like my go-to. I want Scentsy Club. I need everyone in Scentsy Club. All of your customers need to be in Scentsy Club. It's free money that you don't have anything to do. Like once it's there and they've got their account set up and they're adding things to it, they just keep adding to it. And you have to do nothing for it. So I need your challenge tonight is to, if you don't have a Scentsy Club account, I want you to go set one up. You don't have to put anything in your cart. You can dummy it up and just really spend some time in it. And then I want you to make a list of 10 people that you can talk to about Scentsy Club. Now, I'll give you the short version of what Scentsy Club is. You can always get your bar. So as long as they have the scent in their cart, in their subscription, that as long as they have that scent in their subscription, Scentsy will make that bar for them for time and all eternity. If they start with 6, they will always get 6. If they decrease, they will only get 3. Like if they decrease by 3, they will only get 3. They can then not move up to 6. Then they can get any reusable products. So washer whiffs, counter clean, anything like that. Obviously, warmers, those things don't work. Bulbs, perfect thing to add to your club. The thing that I really like about Scentsy Club is that honestly, we've come a long way and it's very user friendly. So once you work on getting those people signed up for it, it's user friendly for them. This is the perfect month to push Scentsy Club because we have all those fragrances discontinuing and we don't know what's coming back. So they can set up their subscription to be every 3rd month. So even if they only use it for 2 months and then they see if it's coming back in the fall. So you should be hitting your discontinuing list hard and heavy right now and working on getting people to set up that club. So when you post a discontinued list and then people are like, well, Snowberry or whatever, which we hope comes back every year, then you could be like, hey, it's Scentsy Club, it's Scentsy Club. And we, you always have opportunity to promote Scentsy Club. Bring back my bar. That's your favorite scent, add it to your club. You love that LTO, add it to your club. The more you can get, the more free money because it's turnkey. So again, we'll have lots of information about Scentsy Club this week. Now, we've been talking now for an hour and we're all ready for bed. And I appreciate you guys hanging tight with us. I know it was a ton of information, but I don't want you to take all 10 of these ideas and then be like, I'm so overwhelmed, I can't think about any of them. That was way too much information. It's kind of like if you've ever gone fishing, you find a place in the river and you stick your pole in and you say, okay, I wonder if the fish are biting here. So then you throw your pole in, try it. If it doesn't work, then sorry, I'm getting background noise. Emily, will you please mute us? There we go. So thank you, Emily. So that's okay. Think about just trying different things, just like you would try different fishing holes or different lures or different poles. I'm not much of a fisherman, but you get the idea. So try different things to get your PRV up. And maybe 1 month you pick 2 or 3 to really focus on, like Scentsy Club and upping your customer bag experience. And then maybe the next month you try really focusing on your email communication. So don't take all 10 and try to implement them in January. You'll be overwhelmed. But take the list, take the ideas that we're going to share this week with you, and pick and choose a couple to focus in. And then set yourself a list or a reminder for February to try another one. So does anybody have any questions? I know that we're about out of time, but if you guys have any quick questions, we can answer them and then we'll be available all throughout the week on PRV. Yes, good point. If a scent normally comes back, it's not guaranteed. Yes, absolutely. And I'll post my list on the page. And I've got a lot of good information for you guys all week. So let's make this a week to remember. And thanks for joining us. Good night, I guess. No one else. Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.